Go Avry, go Avry, go Avry.
All right, folks, it is my pleasure to bring on Mr. Warren Moon, CFL legend, NFL legend. Sir, how's it feel to be back here in Canton? I mean, you had a luncheon today. How's it feel to be back with guys you probably played against, you probably sacked, you probably cut your passes? How's that feel coming back here after being able to put on a yellow jacket as a Hall of Famer?
Well, that's probably the best part of it all is that luncheon you're talking about, the Ray Nitschke luncheon, which is only Hall of Famers involved, and get a chance to hear some of these guys talk about their stories, about what it means to be in the Hall of Fame, and it really gets you motivated and gets you excited about why you're actually here. And to feel like you're in a room with the greatest players that have ever played football is just a great experience.
Right, I mean, it must have been so thrilling a few years ago when you were told you're being in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you're the only guy to be in the NFL and CFL. How's that feel, the only guy? That's an accomplishment that I don't think anybody else will have the privilege of having.
Yeah, it's something I'm very proud of. You know, a lot of guys don't get a chance to play in both leagues, so that kind of eliminates, reasons for them to be able to be in both. But I got a chance to play in both leagues, and fortunately I was able to be productive and successful in both leagues, which allowed me to be inducted in both Hall of Fame. So it is definitely something I'm very proud of. Whenever you can say you're the only one in something that's prestigious like that, it's quite an accomplishment.
Right, and what do you think about the guys going to the Hall this year? Guys like Sean Sharp, Marshall Falk, Deion Sanders. What do you think about these guys? Because this is a very flamboyant class, because these guys have always been outspoken, always been able to speak their minds, as well as back up their league.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, these are very strong class, and all these guys, like you said, were not only great football players, but they were very local football players. And Shannon Sharp, he's doing work on CBS right now and in television, and always is very opinionated about what he says. He was the same way as a player, same thing with Deion Sanders. And Marshall Falk is a guy who kind of revolutionized the running back position with all the different things that he could do. And then Richard Dent played on some of those great Chicago Bears teams. So a very, very good class. And you have Steve Faber going in as well, who kind of revolutionized the way the football game is being watched today, the way it's televised. It's just an outstanding class. All deserve to be here.
Right, that is very true. I know in I'm Shannon Sharp. Who are guys you think might be playing there right now that you guys might go into the Hall? Who are guys you think, you watch a guy today, you may watch a Tony Gonzalez and say, he's a Hall of Famer. Who are guys you say will be in Canton in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years? Do you think they're surefire how the veteran guys are playing right now?
Well, you definitely got to look at the quarterbacks and Tom Brady, with 3 Super Bowl rings behind him, and also Peyton Manning. Those two guys have been two of the most successful and productive quarterbacks in the league over the last 10 years or so. So you definitely say those guys are going in. I think you talk about Tony Gonzalez. He's the all-time leader in every statistical category for tight ends. No question, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. So there's so many great players out there that are going to get a chance to get in here, but it's based on what you've done over your body of work. And a lot of those guys, your body of work isn't over with yet. So I think T.O. has got a chance to go in, no question about it, with his numbers. Randy Moss, even though he just announced his retirement, I think he's going to still come back and play senior football. I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame in his first ballot as well. So a lot of very talented guys out there.
Right, that is very true. I think I'll do Brett Favre. He's a guy, obviously Brett Favre broke one of the records here. Brett Favre, the guy we could see in Canton in 2015 as well.
Oh, no question about it. I was talking more of the guys that were still playing, but there's no question Brett Favre was going in as soon as they put the ballots out. He knows every record for a football player and quarterbacks, as far as winning and all the statistical things he owns as well. So it's a great career.
I put Brett in there because you never know what Brett Favre. We might see him back in Philly or Miami. You never know with Brett.
This time I think he's done. I really do. I think he's done this time, and he's ready to ride off into the sunset. And keep hearing his name being brought up, but also keep being denied as well. So I think he's finally done this time. He's not the player that he was a couple of years ago.
I know Canton still embraces Hall of Fame weekend. Even though there's no game, this is still going to be a fantastic weekend induction ceremony.
No question. This city is part of the fabric of the city. The whole city kind of takes ownership of this Hall of Fame weekend. It's their biggest weekend of the year. And there's so many other things involved in the Hall of Fame weekend besides just the game. I think there's 25, 30 different projects going on throughout the weekend. So there's a lot of different things for people to do. It's unfortunate the game won't be played this year, but they're going to even make up for that with having just a longer tailgate party on Sunday. So I think the people will still enjoy the weekend immensely, people out there.
I know you've been doing commentary work for the Seahawks. I know Seattle same part of the reason my house is like a guy who's really facing the franchise now. Tavares Jackson, the only thing about that making Jackson starter is
well, it made sense to bring in Tavares because their offensive coordinator, their bevel coordinator in Minnesota, who was with Tavares his whole career the last 5 years. So the continuity of having a coordinator who's teaching a new offense to a team and then a quarterback who's familiar with that offense makes it a lot easier to transition for everybody. And Tavares can help teach the offense to the other quarterbacks as well as the other players in the offense. And Tavares is a guy who's kind of been misunderstood. He's had some success in this league. When the whole Brett Favre thing came down, he got kind of caught up in that whole wash. But now he's got a new attitude, a new address, and a team that really believes in him. So I think you're going to see him play his best football now.
Much pressure there is now when he jumped his start at house. He was willing to face up the Seahawks for about a decade and playoffs as an underdog, beating New Orleans in the first round of playoffs. How much pressure do you think is on him now to keep on success and go deeper with head coach Carroll and his receivers?
Well, there's always a certain amount of pressure on any quarterback that takes over for a guy who's been there for a long time and has had that type of success. You know, Matt took the team to only Super Bowl, been very involved in the community. Like you said, he finished the season strong last year, so there's a lot of emotional sentiment by fans in Seattle because of that aspect. So until somebody else comes on the field and shows they're going to play better, the jury's still out on any quarterback in the fans of Seattle Seahawks mind. So the organization just picked this time to turn the page on his career because at some point they were going to have to do that anyway. They felt like if the rebuilding is going on there now, they just wanted to do it now. Cut the cord, and they'll go through some growing pains, but I think they feel like eventually this is going to be a good football team in a short period of time.
I think Matt's going to do in Tennessee because this is a really rebuilding team. Nitschke and now he's coach in Tennessee. I mean, it's a fresh start. I think Matt's going to do that playing for Titans.
I think he's going to do well, one, because he's on a team that has really good offensive talent. You got Chris Johnson behind you, a very explosive running back who a lot of teams have to try and pay attention to and put 8 men in the box and that to try and stop the run. And that makes it a lot easier for the quarterback on the outside because it limits the coverage. So for Matt, that's good. And there's a really good offensive line in front of him, a couple of promos and some talented receivers as well. Kenny Britton is going to be okay this year. So offensively, it's a good move for them. They're going to have to rebuild their defense, and that's one of the places they've made some moves in the offseason. They got a lot of young players over there. But Tennessee could be a team that I think could be very dangerous this year because people don't know what to expect of them.
Right, I know there's been a lot of changes in the league. Matt, Tennessee, you got Pascal Moore for the Jets, you got Chad Ochocinco with New England. Out of these guys, who do you think will have a better year? Ochocinco or Pascal with the Jets? Do you think will have a better upside?
It's really hard to say. You know, Ochocinco's got to have the advantage because he's been playing. We don't know what to expect out of him. He's been away from the game for 2 years, but we also know how good he was when he was in the game. He's going to a good football team in the Jets with a younger quarterback in Mark Sanchez. And of course, Ochocinco's going to the Patriots, a team that knows how to win and has one of the better quarterbacks in the league in Tom Brady. So if he can fit into what they do there in New England without any of the intensity that he's carried on in other places, I think he can be very productive for New England. He'd probably be the one that probably has a better season overall just because of all those things I just talked about.
That's been the one thing though. They've been a team, they draft one and then turn them into stars. They've really had a great track record bringing in stars into the league. Because the only guy that really did well was Randy Moss. Now, what do you think though? You think he can really just change that trend of superstar on you?
I think again, I think they brought in some other guys like Rodney Harrison. They brought him in from San Diego. I think Corey Dillon came in and had one of his best years ever, 1,600-yard season after having some problems in Cincinnati. So they tend to be an organization that knows how to take players, get them inside their program, and get the best out of them. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens this year.
I know you talked about when you were on my show a few months ago, you started your own sports marketing company, sports marketing. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that? It's gotten bigger now, hasn't it?
No question about it. It's growing, and we're proud of it. It's a sports marketing and entertainment company. So we're involved not only in sports-related projects, but also entertainment, whether it's films, production of movies, production of television shows. We work with a lot of different sponsors as far as marketing their products, whether it's a sports-related project or if they just want to have more presence in the sports world in general, the entertainment world in general. So a lot of different layers
was to find you, where can we find your, where can we find the website or the contact? Try and, if you want to get involved, where's the website?
Well, our website is sportsreportmarketing.com. Very simple. So you go there, we have a nice website set up, and if you want to call our offices, our office is 949-336-6380, and we can answer any questions you might have related to our business. And like I said, our website does a great job of explaining everything that we do, because it's a lot for me to just talk about right here.
It's been a pleasure. Hopefully we can do it again, maybe one day in Edmonton.
Hey, you never know. I love coming back to Edmonton. That was where my glory days started, and I love going up there to see the guys that I played with. Great sports fans up there.